Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to celebrate the solstice with us here for Precious's opening, to celebrate the final iteration of their 18-month exhibition here at the Aspen Art Museum. Before we begin, there are a couple of thank yous that we would like to begin with. First and foremost, we would like to extend a huge thank you to Nicola for embarking on this journey with us. When we first spoke to Nicola, we had the crazy idea of saying that we wanted to turn the roof into a garden and said that we want to change it every season. And of course, Nicola was completely game for the idea. She may not have known how crazy it was from the beginning, but we're really so honored and grateful for all her support and for the incredible team here at the museum, Kate, Simone, Jacqueline, Charlie, everyone, I'm sure I'm forgetting names, Teresa, Ryan, who have supported us all along the way with this project. And also want to give a huge thank you to Adam and Hank, who worked with Precious down at SAW in helping to fabricate and make the work. Without their help, none of this would be possible. And of course, a huge thanks is due to Rio from Blue Green, who has been working with us on this project throughout this entire duration. And without her, none of this would be possible. This evening, we're here to celebrate Precious and their ambitious exhibition here. And to celebrate that, we wanted to bring two extraordinary poets here with us. Diamond Stingily, who's an artist from Chicago and also a writer, here with us, and also Simone White, who's a poet who has a new book coming out later this August, published with Duke University Press, and who are great collaborators of Precious that we're just so thrilled that you could be here with us tonight to celebrate the solstice. So Precious will kick us off, and thank you so much for joining.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. I'm going to read some new poems that I wrote. To take you to this space is going to require some time travel, which I'm prepared to do with you. Let us reorganize the cosmic symbols of the Earth's tyrannical love and fall into other than human possession. Soil memory, softly calculated, fading. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. Take me back to where I belong. A wound, a womb, a void. I keep forgetting I am the void, LOL. If you think you took something from me, I'm flattered and you can have it. I'll be waiting in blackened faith. What is more frightening than to die in a nightmare? Lay down there, fill it with red, orange, green. I put the earth in my mouth, sustainable thoughts only. To accept a void in ourselves is supernatural. In a violent distance of self, I am capable of imagining what I fear and laying it to rest. The suppression of knowledge, the suppression of self, hacked from light. I'm taking you with me, galvanized spirits. We have a lot to do. Pre-sky, emit light, yes, like that. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. The blood spurts into the earth, the chapped fingers of recollection, the machine of the heart uprooted into the smirking night, odor of the earth's core, harnessing the metabolized death of the soil, the echo of archive memory, the dream which cannot be slept through. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. Come, rest in the soil. Dirt depth, plant yourself in it. Remember the earth, soothing, errant roots, soft grounding. Let the fear go. Fear fades into the fine lines of the dream, softly grounding. Doze into the dream, the liquid manure, the smell of rotting earth, the pulsating sun. Back to the earth where everything is free. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. Flesh of the world, the soil is for all. Tyrannical love. Earth of the mud, horizon of the mud, sky of the mud, death of the mud. Into the psalms of feverish breathing. Imagine Imagine your fingertips carrying the imprint of the earth's memory, conducting inwardly, easy and ancient, pulsing peace, be known by the sun and soil. Slowly, life unties. We exist. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. Lie down, invert yourself above a ditch or stream or bright blue sky. Lie down in any place. Let your body become the root, a sound with no fixed source, a ceaseless dispersal. Think about the body becoming a food for the soil. Worm, soil, memory, to reduce the living body. Life rubs up against matter, inner core against inner core. Try not to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid, perhaps even for one moment. Soil frequency, emit light perceptible to the ones who also know. Lie down on the ground, feel the dirt holding your memory, transplant onto your skin. Let love link you to the earth. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. Sun beats down, wind leaps, soil memory. Dreams of tepid fire, blood earth, sun. Unparcel this humanity, sacrificed into a new narrative. Perform the body in a new way. Pre-sky, uncovering, shifting beneath the soft, hard layers, fragilize into a new form, seismic shape, emit light perceptible to the ones who also see. Lie on the ground like that in a new position, a fragment with sticky edges rotating in a wet space. Soil song. I'm going to read one more. Sky Song. Somewhere I read you long to dispossess yourself of yourself. Slowly adjust to the suffering in this shit again. The other day, I was watching the sky drowning in blue as I laid in the grass. I shouted a Dumas poem to the sun. Take the blood up from the grass, sun, take it up. These people do not thirst for it. Take up the insect children that play in the grass, sun. Take them away, these people are sick of them. Take down the long, slender reeds, sun. Cut them up, these people cannot make flutes any longer. Now, sun, come closer to the earth. Even closer than that, closer now, sun. Take away the shape from the metal, sun. They're like stone, these people now. Make them lava. I like there to be a space for deconstruction, a crushed down pounding, suspension, storm of articulation. I mean, no, but yes. I mean, motherfuckers are always asking me too many questions. I mean, dispossession of the individuality held into that unconscious. I mean, it never gives itself away. What if it's not about putting shit together, but how shit falls apart? Shit. Open that void wide up. Keep eating ass for breakfast. I keep getting off. Open up, get in, lick it up. Shit slinger. Silly boy. Faggot. Fuck the sun, sun fucker. The rationality of the decolonization, the brutalizing interplay of centrality and constricted motion. Reform. Fade up. A dark, empty room lit by only evening light, a window set high against the back wall, no color, no percussion, footsteps the only sound. Don't cry, baby. Dry your pretty eyes and smile at me. It's space-time itself. It's inside and outside and non-externalizable, a war of our own device. Correlative images wash into view. We comically fall off a cliff. Now, come that into everyday life. Now double that into open space, the performative enactment of our always already being, singing Hosanna in the ear of anarchist bliss, furiously falling into love. Waterfalls, mysterious, mischievous end, always love. The other day, lying in the green, watching the sky go from pitch to dim violet to pink, it settles. Thank you.
I'm taller than Precious. Give me a second. Okay, I'm ready. So the first thing I'm going to read is actually my first diary that was published with Dominica Publishing, which is, I believe I published it in 2015, and we titled it Love Diamond. It's from my journal that my grandma, who we call Grandma Granny, she gave me this journal, had a bunch of like angels and stuff on it, and it's my first diary from 1998 to 99. There's a lot of misspelling, so. Dear Derry, I don't know why I'm being mean. I think it's because of the new baby coming. I hope I change soon, very soon. Dad getting very mad with me. Mom getting very upset. I think it's because of the baby too. Dad tells me it's a grill, but that they said last time it was going to be a GRIL. I think it's going to be a boy, but you never know. Love, Diamond. Dear Derry, I have something else to tell you. Dad taking us someplace. I hope it's somewhere fun. So I will talk to you tomorrow to tell you where did we go and what did we do. Love, Diamond. Dear Derry, we're going to another place without Dad. I think that we're going somewhere else with Dad, but Dad is not here. Sometimes I think Dad worked too hard, but Rizad, he works hard is because we need money so we can pay the bill and the taxes. Love, Diamond. Clearly, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Dear Derry, I wish for one day that I can be a teenager. That's all I want. Love, Diamond. Dear Derry, Barn is the meanest brother. And just today, he did the dishes. Mom said you did a good job over and over again. I do the dishes too, and he gonna get paid for it? That's when I got mad and went away. But now I feel better, because Mom told me that she didn't know that I do the dishes. That's why. Love, Diamond. She was lying to me. Dear Derry, Sunday, spring is the boringest spring break ever. There is nothing to do. Love, Diamond. Dear Derry, Barn and I are watching I Still Know What You Did last summer. We are talking about it. I think it's the grill at the bar. Barn think not. Love, Diamond. Dear Derry, the whole time on I Still Know What You Did last summer, the white boy was the killer, but he was the killer's son. Love, Diamond. Dear Derry, Cameron, who is one of my brothers, Cameron is mean. I find a notebook that was Cameron, but that was mine for 4 days. And when I went downstairs and Cameron gonna yell at me, I just looked at him and say, what? Then Barn gonna get on Cameron's side. So I said, finder, keeper, losers. Well, I said, then Barn said, you wouldn't like it if I take one of your Spice Girl dolls. So then I ran in the living room. So Barn going to tell Cameron to go get one of my Spice Girls dolls. So I threw the notebook on the floor. That's all I have to say. Love, Diamond. Dear Derry, I've been watching this movie for the 4th time, so I'm just going to watch it till I get it. Love, Diamond. Stingily. I put my full name that time. Dear Derry, I asked what day it was because I thought it was Friday, and I kept on saying it because Goofy Barn didn't hear me. Then Dad said, shut up. That's when Barn told me it was Saturday. That made me mad. He could have told me before Dad told me to shut up. Love, Diamond. Dear Derry, I have a new baby sister named Fab. Her name is Fatima. I just didn't know how to write it. Dear Derry, I was going to get a notebook, and Mom told me to sit down. Love, Diamond. Dear Derry, the boys up there be telling me to stay out their room, and they be in mine. So I don't give a care if they don't have a channel. They have no business being in my room. What makes them think I don't want my privacy? That's all for today. Love, Diamond. Dear Derry, Barn getting all of the Byron is getting all the attention. Love, Diamond. Dear Derry, I have been getting blamed for everything. I think I got bad luck or something. Love, Diamond. And then the last thing I'm going to read is parts from, I did a show with my gallery, Cabinet Gallery in London in 2021, and it was based off of The Testament of the Dead Daughter by Colette Thomas, and also my Auntie Pearl's beauty supply store that my beauty salon that my Auntie Pearl owned and my mother worked at. And mine's is titled Dead Daughter. I was in a prehistoric position. It made my body disappear. Only my hands and feet remained. The taunts and the praises of the beautiful room could last for hours. Then the silence would come until the voices began again. All that tried to bloom in the room was stunted, dead or still, but still beautiful. Fear was not enough for me, nor was praise. I had a chance to get out, a single chance among thousands. My choice required a serious reflection. My resilience of control in this room was found to be disgusting and inflammatory to the voices that taunted. A beautiful room, but too small for me, so it became a grave. There was no witness to my loneliness. I was covered in flowers and still lonely. I reminded myself I only had friends, no enemies, and I could come and go as I pleased. One of the taunting voices reminded me that death was not linear and enjoyed imperfections. Try your hardest not to be too emotional. I did not see the problems with my emotions. I recognized my position to be everywhere and nowhere at the same time, but when I set myself above authority, it meant I had none. Regardless of what I said to my taunters, each of my answers was considered invalid. That was all the more reason not to talk. If the praisers showed too much love, they would be put to death. They had died so many times like me, and each time they came back from death louder and more deafening. Maybe that was the silence I heard. The praisers tried to get me to stand upright, but I preferred to be in the prehistoric position. They said this was me choosing to suffer, but everything they told me before contradicted itself. I didn't bother to listen to them now. I died again and I rose again. I woke up in the same position in which I had died and thought, what strange hands and feet I have, and still I have no body. Now I can leave this room because I know. Thank you.
Hi. Oh. I guess I just want to say thank you for being here. And I don't know, Precious has a very, there's something very soft about Precious that is really unbelievable in the world that we live in. And I feel incredibly grateful to be invited to bring my hardness and rage into this space, but I'll keep it light. Thank you. This is a new poem called Every Portrait is of Picasso. Black doubling, winged figment, not a figment, angelic course, drawn or spat upon uncooperation, maybe a very old curse, without believing in an occult of any kind, spittle or marks having the quality of paper, film, besides transparency or rotting leaves, holes, and filaments. I'm given to understand I am to work from the black double. Within her, formally, I am to reconstruct her melodramatic hinge. Offended though I am by this terrible joke vagina, I'm gingerly to ask questions of this tissue, this ink blot. Fine, I'll do it, as if the commissioners will wait. This morning, Under the BQE, my son said slavery was in fact stupid, and stupid isn't profanity. His winsome genius modeling reconstruction for his stupid mother. Dully rotating this ink blot in her black and white undertow, dichromatism's a heavy weight to carry. Are we not rather before it? Its weight metaphorical in the way that is the opposite of illumination. This thing proves to be very quiet. I keep saying to it, what? Did I forget to mention that she moved? A fact introducing many problems. A gap is not a hinge, an open space introducing troubling magical conclusions. I would not say I was obsessed with mirrors, but then the closer my thinking comes to recognizable pictures, the more abjectly nonverbal the life situation or durational experiment is likely to get. This creaturely smear of barely black against a strong white background. Don't be mad. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Completely stunned by the weird rhythmic implications of John Berger's writing or T.J. Clarke's, they are both the same. Let me, no, seriously, let me. I put two passages side by side, one from Farewell to an Idea, the other from the Picasso book. Inside both of which I was led to lurch around in an ugly way, this whole situation might be called discrepancy between description and experience, although I have to admit being unsure whether what I mean here is not actually representation. The betweenness of these three as the space of art, also a wordless battery. The whole situation, Kafkaesque, not only imaged as such at the level of the anatomical protuberance, at least additionally the level of the required reading. Her lack of limbs indicate subjunctive demand to be released from the evolutionary or vestigial. I never bought any of that Fanon jive about how the white freak out when they see the nigger. I felt curious about the claim. White folks spit on my mother, etc., but I was born in 1972. Roe followed soon thereafter. My birth year and the year of the court's pivotal recognition of certain liberty or freedom interests, oft confused. With Berger, though, Picasso has now, in fact, transcended the need for money. I was really taken aback. I am not totally ignorant, yet the professional tone of Berger is not intelligible to me. The sensation of having to pass one another by intellectual chance, unable to pause over the possibility of tutelage, here is a memory of myself as a very young woman, having caught for an instant the gaze of Duncan Kennedy, whom I credit for noticing my ineptitude with legal materials and skepticism regarding my incompetence. I pass them. They do not teach me, but come to hand through the elite matrices of reading with which I maintain relations. At the same time, intimate and highly tangential, I tell my lover, Harvard-trained with all the grating bad habits of practitioners of learned small talk, all I have of this work is a promising title, but he is on his way back to his wife. Thus, it cannot be said that he was even addressing me. The Berger falls out of his mouth, then he is gone, and after I order the book on my phone. I could be wrong about qualitative difference between the scholarship I ascribe to my peers and my severely fractured attention. Researches depend now upon who I happen to be fucking or taking care of, bringing me randomly here and there, pressure on the attention so intense it has become a matter of the body. Probably the neurological basis of breakdown, I note casually. Nonetheless, powerfully excited by the difference between our thinking and writing, Berger's and mine, that can't be figured at all. One of tone, difference having to do with differential weight of life. Decoding, she must indicate. Indication, eruption, or so to speak, compulsion to my asphodel, center myself, anti-flowering, a blank gape with a propensity for shame. Additionally, I am interested in William's prostrate entanglement, this mainly. Anyway, I was shocked to discover the convergence of my broken intuition with the flaccid affect of Berger in the Picasso book. Perhaps it would be better to say our conversational similarities were disheartening, to say the least, painful. There is no such thing as attention in my worldview. I take the word seriously when it is used by Meme Bersenbrugge, whose techniques for having the poem hold time are a major contemporary example. For 2 years, I've wanted to say something about the way her treatise on stars realizes, then destroys every statement as a possible standalone. Particles flash in and out of being. The border between life and death may not continue in other dimensions. Gravity and time flex. Her thought does not believe in itself, which may be the source of the inescapable energy born through her lines. To pray, to read. Our attention that collapses quanta contains a kind of meaning intrinsic to feeling connected. I read a few pages, then put her work down because it is heavy. Bersenbrugge recognizes the need to use words to describe what was never there, is the opposite of sport. There's no muscularity in her writing's exquisite mass. I'm gonna stop there. The poem goes on for hours.